Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legends Symbiosis. We gotta talk about our situation here. So, we have eliminated an enemy, we've taken a player capital, we have more than doubled the population of our empire in the process. We won here, right? The thing happened, the bad thing happened, which is to say, we started near a forgotten player, and we won, we came out ahead. My concern is that we did not come out ahead enough, but I don't want to let the pessimism that is about to creep into my voice and that is going to inform a lot of what we're about to see here diminish the fact that, like, this was a good outcome. We did a good thing here, we just didn't do it fast enough. So, let's talk about how we get from where we are now to winning the game, if such a thing is possible. It is turn 63, and we are approximately nowhere on all of the victory conditions, except for our faction quest, which is moving along. You know, we're in section 5 of it. We can see here, section 5 has 2 steps. One of them, we're not going to be able to speed up, unfortunately. But I think this represents our best chance of victory. Getting to the end of the faction quest, and either building the Temple of the Earth's core, which I think is a little unlikely because of the fact that we are, we don't have any supremely powerful cities, or we could potentially pull off an actual quest victory. Maybe we have a very mobile army. I don't remember exactly what all is involved in the quest victory, but it definitely involves a lot of running around the world, and that is certainly a thing we can do. We definitely aren't competitive for the science victory, and in fact, the science victory I think is going to be probably how we lose. We're certainly not competitive on the dust victory. I mean, we're working on it, but we're just nowhere on that. Yeah, I think the quest is probably our best hope. The quest or conquest. It may be the case that the best possible chance we have is, first of all, getting out of this war with Blue, which probably means taking their city. It's hard for me to imagine that we could defeat them badly enough for them to accept a truce without just taking the city and eliminating them. And then pushing out into the world and defeating each other player as they approach victory. That feels unlikely to me, as does the quest victory, but we're going to try. So, we got to pay a lot of attention to our faction quest. We got to do this as quickly as we can. Unfortunately, this next step is going to advance at a rate of 1 turn per turn, because that's, you know, how time works. So, Hakia Y needs to become a governor. Let's have a look at Hakia Y. We are looking at a level 4 hero here. You have no governing traits, which is a real shame. So we're going to grab Volcanology and +2 approval for each one of the city tiles that's on volcanic terrain, and then plus 10% science, right? There's a nice efficient path up into Inspirational Leader here, which is obviously a very, very good skill. And we definitely want you to become the governor of a city that is volcanic. Probably the largest volcanic city, right? Because we want to just have the largest number of volcanic tiles to take advantage of that first hero skill. So there you go. Okay, 6 turns. We are at war with Blue, so we have to try to shore up our military force over here, but we have the production necessary for that to be at least, you know, reasonable. That's probably doable. But we don't have much of an army now, and I kind of don't want to have these guys run back to play defense immediately, because the Dust Eclipse is about to start, and we kind of want to fan out and... Well, we want to fan out and grab ruins, but we also have to fan out and lay down volcano formers, right? Because Avrama has no volcanic tiles, Itleni has no volcanic tiles. Belon, all of the tiles we're actually working from Belon are volcanic, and then we have half of our regions are volcanic regions naturally, and there's another volcanic region right here. We do need to keep expanding, by the way, in case we needed any additional pressures on our time. But the cities that don't have, the cities that are not on the front, like we could build a settler in Avrama, probably, and have them run up and get Gimale, and then we're just gonna have to, like, slowly advance. It's probably not gonna be super safe to do as long as we're still at war. We also have our scouty guy who is over here. I mean, he has successfully met all of the other players. You gotta give him that. So I think he's the only thing that we have to do with any urgency right at the beginning of the turn, right? We're trying to find enough dust in ruins to hire governors for our cities, and also some spies. It would be cool if we could do that too. That's a lot of heroes that we're talking about hiring there. But sometimes the Dust Eclipse is very kind to us. So we're going to quickly... I think the plan with this guy probably is... grab this ruin and then immediately get in the water. Just thinking, like, we know there are hostile armies in this region right here. Now keep in mind, I'm talking about, like, optimistic paths forward. It is entirely possible that we just lose the war with blue. The blue just marches over here with a force we can't resist and kills the hell out of us. Totally could happen. Okay, 15 titanium is actually a pretty good find. And what is this? Oh no, we have a... yes, that's true. She was technically neighboring him. Well, we were never going to be her friend anyway. That probably doesn't matter. Okay, bad news is we did not generate any movement confluxes. I was really hoping for that. I think the play here... Your unassignment cooldown is not available, darn it. I was going to split the hero off to grab these two ruins while the other two guys went to do important things. So, we want to lay down some volcano farmers. How do we want to do this? We want somebody to go to Avrama. How long does it take to build a settler here, if we want to just go straight to doing that? 3 turns, but obviously we'd jump over to industry. So... 2 turns. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we can actually have the settler drop the first couple of volcano farmers. This settler does not have maxed out improved movement. If we go up to the tier 3 improved movement trinket, does that add a turn to the build? Yes, it does. Well, it will definitely save us more than 1 turn of movement, so it's probably worthwhile. Is that... Which conflux is this? Ah, that's the cube. Okay. That's a shame. A plus movement conflux for our settler would have been very convenient. So... let's lay down the volcano farmers that we need over here. What do we want to make them out of? We've made enough out of glass steel that they're starting to be pretty expensive. The next one will be 8, the one after that will be 10. Not too expensive to make them out of titanium, though. And then we've never made any out of adamantium or palladium or hyperium, so you can see they're all still pretty cheap. Let's do 1 out of titanium. I think this whole army is going to move to here, and we can just drop that volcano farmer right there. That doesn't quite get all of the tiles, because the city is working these 3 tiles as well. Well, we're going to split the army in half at this point. So these guys are going this way to catch these 2 ruins and grab all the pearls in this region, which is actually quite a few. And we may as well drop another volcano farmer here, right? So let's... we can afford to make one more out of glass steel, I think. I don't think that's a big deal. Alright, so that'll get all of those tiles converted. Let's get some free stuff and also some XP. Got ourselves a Tome of Endless Savagery, which makes the hero very, very slightly better at killing guardians. Not really a... not what I would consider a successful ruin search, honestly. Okay, 130 dust. That was definitely better. What is the cost of a hero right now? Low 600s? Okay, so we'll be able to pick one up next turn. And we're building stuff that matters. We do need to finish the roads at Laris. We completed a Stone Sentinel at Belon, and that Stone Sentinel should go out into the world and claim us some more ruins. Is that a movement? That is a movement conflux. Okay. And the plan is going to be for him to grab this ruin, grab that conflux, and then run around and get any other nearby ruins. You can do that next turn. Another 130 dust gets us a hero right now. So we don't actually have vision of any enemy cities right at this moment. And we're making dust fast enough that I think we can afford to hire a governor right now and a spy next. We don't necessarily need somebody who's good at spying. We just need to like have an idea of where the other factions are. We're not going to be using this this hero to hinder them too much because we just probably won't be able to afford to. So let's see. You're definitely an army type hero. The value of the cultist heroes is slightly lower by this point in the game because, you know, we're not going to have as much time for them to gain levels. But they're still pretty good. Influence boost 3, you're very army focused. So like Ozek the Chosen is a strong choice. You don't have any governing capacities. I really don't care for Vaulters as governors. I think their faction skill tree is quite weak. Food boost 1. Food efficiency 1. Okay, well, I think by dint of most of these units, or most of these heroes being pretty bad at being governors, Ozek the Chosen is our winner. And we just want to put him basically like in the highest population city that is not currently governed, which would be Avrama. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, a little bit of extra influence for us immediately, which is cool. Was he level 1? Yes, he is level 1. We do not have to cash in any skill points. Alright, so we have important stuff going on there. When we finish this guy, we will definitely need to build the golem camp in this region. That's going to require more volcano forming. The Eclipse is 7 turns long, so we can let the Settler grab the 2 Eclipse searches over here. We can have this guy instead like come down and grab that one, and then maybe stay over here in case he's needed for actual military purposes. And how far are we from the next era? Like, really far, actually. Oof. Alright, well, keep on keeping on. Probably collecting these pearls will get us in trouble. Let's not do that. My guess is that the Vaulters are the biggest threat. Was Chaka the one who was giving the science ability? Yeah, so the Vaulters have access to the plus 50% science Urkan. So they're definitely the ones I would like to spy on first. We're probably like pretty safe right here. I don't think he needs to move right away at the beginning of the turn, and I think it might be better for us for him not to. It looks to me like we probably want to drop our golem camp over here in this region on the cluster of 3 anomalies, so we'll drop a volcano former right there with this guy. And I don't think anybody has anything, like, super urgent to do at the beginning of the turn. So 7 more turns of Eclipse, or rather 6 more at this point, turns of Eclipse, plus at least a grace period of 1 more turn before winter can begin. Means that the window for winter is actually quite small. Alright, what has happened? Unwanted oxidation. Item costs have skyrocketed. Something is wrong with the metals of Auriga. That could end up being pretty good for us, actually. We might get lucky and get a version of that quest where we can cash in. I think we definitely want to keep both of our boosters running. We are just... yeah, without the wine, we would not even be happy. We do not have enough wine to repop that booster. Oh, that's right, we do have wine income now, though. We'll be fine. So, anytime the Unwanted Oxidation quest comes up, you get... or the Unwanted Oxidation event comes up, you get this quest. Help to donate a total of 40 adamantium, and the best contributor gets 60 glass steel. Boy, this is not a good version of this quest. I don't really want to trade a bunch of adamantium for glass steel. It is worth noting that you get 100 dust every time you put in 8 adamantium to the quest. Where are the ruins for this? Okay, there's a ruin right there that will allow us to do some cash-ins, although I bet we can't interact with it because it's Mykara'd over. Also, hey look, that's the bad guys. Alright, let's throw down 1 made of adamantium. Honestly, it might be a good idea to make them out of Hyperium. We probably want to sell our Hyperium. Make one out of adamantium, drop it right there. And Itleni is still unhappy, so we're just going to let it keep doing what it's doing. We are definitely going to have to warp our hero back. And this other golem is just, like, not going to make it back in time for the first wave. Alright, well, we've done all right here on Eclipse Ruins, I think. Alright, let's get... We definitely have enough resources to sell to be able to afford another hero this turn, I think. Does movement, you still have movement. Can't quite get to that. Alright, so what are we looking at? They have incoming. We are going to be able to get back to the city with this guy. We currently have 260 fortification in this city, and I'm not 100% clear on why. Like, we have emeralds running. So that's why, you know, that's why you're seeing like 130s and 195 on the capital. Why is this city's garrison or fortification all doubled up? We didn't build a fortification building here. I'm actually not 100% sure. And there's no information on this panel anywhere that we could mouse over where it'll break that down for us, I don't think. Yeah. What did I do to this city that got it double fortified? Well, I mean, it's a good thing, at least, you know. I hate it when I'm both mystified and upset about something. Being mystified about a thing that's positive is like, okay. So, these guys are running around with Epitane 4s that do not have great stats, but I mean, they're Epitanes. These are pretty good stats relative to the type of unit this is. And then some Gorgons that have alright stats. This army is really fast. Their hero is terrifying. God, this hero is so good at fighting. So, if he takes Belon, are we screwed? We probably won't attack Belon right away. Let's see, you definitely want to get just like behind the city. If he attacked Belon right away, we would get Ipsawacha plus this Stone Sentinel plus the 2 Militia plus this Stone Sentinel, each with 260 fortification. Pretty unlikely that he gets through all that in a single combat, I think. But maybe what we need to do is try to get ourselves enough dust together to complete another unit instead of buying a spy. We should probably upgrade Ipsawacha. Maybe give him like some of these tier 3 strategic weapons or something. He's going to have to do a very impressive job of holding off the enemy here. His initiative right now is 26. What are we looking at from these guys? I imagine higher than 26. Yeah, like a lot higher. So much higher that he's still going to go last even if we equip him with gear that improves his initiative. Let's go ahead and equip him with this fancy Skull of the Caves. And I think we're going to go with dust, or with iron armor, because I definitely can't afford to equip him with any better stuff. The enemy is ranged unit heavy, so we probably want to go with a one-handed bow and a shield, although he does have the option of using a mage wand to lower enemy attack. What's the damage difference on that? Like, if we went with this, we get 35 attack, 38 damage... against 42 attack, 34 damage. And with this, we get to use a shield, whereas this thing is two-handed. It's pretty expensive. He's going to have to do a really good job of holding off the enemies, though. It might be worth it. Alright, so do we want to throw a fancy shield on him? Plus 10% defense, plus 20% defense against 10 defense and 10% health. Same level of block, same level of sharp sense. I think we can probably get away with not using strategics on the shield. And then I'm not 100% certain how these work on people who are in garrisons. I'm assuming that it will apply to all of the troops in the garrison of the city, but I don't know that for sure. He's sort of not actually part of that army. You know, I guess when they show up on the reinforcement screen, he is part of the army, so probably the army boost trinkets do work. That said, initiative boost is going to be too small to matter, and we can't afford to do army damage boost and also give him the titanium crossbow. How much initiative does he gain from the glass steel one? 33? Oh, that's actually significant. 27 attack, 14 damage versus 42, 34. No. Yeah, I think we definitely want to go with the titanium crossbow. So I guess we'll just leave him like this. He's definitely well outfitted. That was a considerable amount of dust. If we were going to sell off all of our stuff here... Oh, wow. Hyperium's worth a ton. And it won't be any good to us if we die before we get to the stage of the game where we can use stuff, or we can build stuff out of it. So I suppose let's sell it all off. We don't quite have the dust to rush a unit. We could sell off some more stuff. We could sell some of our dyes. What did we need? 835? Yeah, we could sell off some of our dyes. Is that better? I mean, we have to survive, right? We have to survive. So, let's go ahead and sell. We can afford to part with a lot of dyes. So we just repopped that booster, and our rate of dye income is very impressive. Start building a Golem Rider. We don't need the Yotas quite as badly on this one, because we don't need the True Sight, and they're fine, but not amazing at actually fighting. And then, do we want to go for weapons and armor made out of Palladian or Adamantium? We don't have great income of these things. And you got to remember, during the winter that is coming up soon, we will not have any income of them due to one of the winter effects. I'm wondering if we might find that it's not even useful to research this, because we won't be able to make the weapons anyway. We could... Boy, what could we research that might be useful in the war? You know what? Maybe we should still get this, even if only for our heroes and stuff. But our heroes can use the exotic alloy weapons. Yeah, I think this might be a waste. Alright, this unlocks a building that makes lava flow tiles just extremely good. We are not built over any lava flows. In Gimel we could be, but yeah, that's definitely not the right move for us. We could go after more influence. We could go after just, like, infrastructure. We might not be able to research anything that would be directly relevant for the war. Yeah, let's go infrastructure. And then if we are changing strategies here, do we want to switch to a different assimilate? The Silic unit isn't super good for us, but plus 1.5 resource per turn does make it more likely we would have the strategics necessary to properly outfit our guys, which makes it maybe more correct to grab uncommon alloys. The thing is, the weapons off of exotic alloys, even without the unwanted oxidation effect, are just too expensive to equip your normal troops with. They're like, I don't remember how much, but it's a lot. They're a lot of glass, steel, and palladium each, or glass, steel, and titanium each. So we probably want to go for this other tech just so that we can afford to outfit the regular troops. Okay, everybody's building stuff that's, like, relatively important. Alright. Let's hope that we can weather this initial attack. Our heroes reassignment, our combat heroes reassignment cooldown is still not available yet. You can't just bring him back. I think it's one more turn after this. So Watch is out here leveling up. Hold on a second. I should pay attention to what that enemy army is doing first. So they moved up here and we lost vision of them because of the mountain. Hey look, we found them again. And sadly, they can reach all the way over here. Yep, Makaniche is one turn away from being able to get warped over here. Avrama has had a decreased population action performed on it, which is crappy. Somebody's just being a jerk. Alright, another 130 dust, not bad. I think I want these guys to just get in the water. It's going to be a little bit faster to get them back into the actual combat area. So, Ipsawacha, do we want 15% industry or plus 5% to 4 different things? Honestly, in the situation we're in, I think I want the industry. We want to be able to build these troops as fast as possible. The leader of the Silix would love it if we would inspect these ruins with... Okay, that's an overgrown ruin, and as such, a real later kind of concern. We should probably build a road here, and then we can start building troops. Here we can just start building troops, and we probably, as much as I would love to stay on food, ought to really focus up. Alright, we are building units. The city has enough of a garrison that it probably will not fall immediately. I'm allowed to throw this guy in the garrison even though the city's under siege, really? Okay, I'm pretty sure I want to do that. So... the question comes of when we want to attack them. You know, how long is it correct to let them siege the city? Because while the city is sieged, we are not gathering... as you can see here, we are not gathering as many resources from the tiles that it is sitting on as I would like. But I don't know that we would be successful in pushing them off just yet. I think we have to let some of these units get finished and rush over here to our rescue. We don't have enough resources to sell stuff to buy guys out right now, but maybe in a couple of turns we could rush a guy somewhere. A bad situation, to be sure. Also, I'm being attacked. Oh, they destroyed the golem camp as they were running past, because they're a bunch of assholes. And Red has jumped into the water to make sure that they have a chance to kill us. Are you out of movement? You are. I would really still love to get a spy planted over here, but that definitely takes a backseat to trying not to die. Because the thing is, losing Balan would not be the end of the world in the sense that, like, it's not the heart of our empire to a degree that we couldn't live without it. But if we lost Balan, we would lose most of our army defending it, and then they would be able to just, like, roll over us from there. We really have to win the first couple of engagements here. Alright, so we dealt with that. Yeah, I think we just have to hold out for a moment or two while we build reinforcements and bring in reinforcements from everywhere around. And if another one of their 6 stacks shows up out of the fog, then we're in for a very difficult fight. Alright, my plan was not to immediately set this city into troop mode as well, but, like, do we have a choice? That's right, that's not the right kind of conflict. So. Ah, yes, I did not have this guy run immediately. Okay, well, hold on, you. We'll deal with you later. The moment we resolve that battle, we're going to lose vision of that city. So, oh, hey, that's not them. That's a different guy. That's... Boy, pink is just everywhere, huh? Right, well, in that position, we're definitely just going to be retreating. Alright, where exactly do we want to put down the volcano formers here? Probably we want to put one there. Get all these tiles. Then here, to make sure we get all this stuff converted. Yeah, and then we end up putting one right there, and it only converts 3 tiles, which kind of sucks, but I think that's right. So here's a cheap one. And then, like, we could build another glass steel one, because we really do have a ton of glass steel. And one of those. Alright, so first of all, loot this. That's pretty good. That is a pretty good find. Secondly, volcano former here. Then come back and volcano form there. Then right there. And we even still get to search this. Wow. Lucky ruin searches. Alright, where is this third attack? We're just being attacked everywhere. Ah. So blue does have another full army over here. With a hero who has, like, pretty good combat stats and everything. I think we are going to lose. I think this is just over. We do not have the military necessary to stand up to blue. Alright, let's figure out our dust situation. Because we don't want to resolve this until we've decided whether or not we're putting a spy into Endegear. I guess we're not. I don't think we can afford to spend the dust on anything other than fighting over here. So, auto-resolve. Do as much damage as you can do on your way out. I don't know. He probably hit somebody. Well done. He probably also did 0 damage when he hit them. This is definitely just a retreat. Then you are needed down here. Yeah, it's really hard to defend golem camps, because you can't... Like, the AI always has enough units to fill the golem camp garrisons completely, while also filling other city garrisons completely, while also having lots of spare armies running around. But you cannot realistically be running that many units and also have an economy at all. So your golem camps are always going to get destroyed if they're not within reinforcement range of your cities. And in this case, this one is within reinforcement range of the city, and it's still going to get destroyed because we are not showing up as reinforcements on this. It's not that expensive to buy Exit back. Probably he's not super high level. I wonder if maybe it is worth fighting this just to deal some damage to them before the big battle. Because all the militia will die and Exit will die. But we'll do some damage, and then all the militia will regenerate for free at the beginning of next turn, and we'll buy Exit back. The question is, would we do enough damage for it to be worth the dust we'd have to pay? It's like 94 attack and 44 damage. We beat their defense with our attack pretty solidly. This guy's not actually even a good unit. So we're probably looking at like 40 to 60 damage per hit, which is a scary amount on these Epitanes. Yeah, you know what? I think I will go ahead and fight this. We're going to lose, but I think we'll bloody their noses a bit on the way out. Just a bit. And actually, with them being like all ranged units and having the initiative advantage, probably it's going to be pretty rough. And they are fast. Yeah, they're moving a little faster than I was hoping. I was hoping we were going to get more attacks in than we are actually going to. Well. Wow, 156, huh? Sorry, isn't his damage value listed in the 40s? How did he hit me for 156? Is that one, like, anomalously high damage? I think he must be. Yep, there's one Epitane who has a damage value of 104. Geez, that guy's stats are actually really good. I just didn't notice that one of the Epitanes is... See, part of the problem is that, like, against a player, you would see Epitane 2 and Epitane 6 in the same army, and you'd go, oh, that's way more advanced. But the AI twiddles their unit designs constantly, and so sometimes you'll see Epitane 6 be worse than Epitane 3, or sometimes you'll see a 14 in an army, and it has the same stats as one that's numbered 6, because they've just flipped the design back and forth between two similar ones a bunch. Yeah, that guy definitely complicated matters. I did not realize he was here. So we end up trading, trading us buying a hero for killing one unit, because one of their guys does 3 times as much damage as we were expecting. Well, the good news is I don't think it matters very much. I'm pretty sure we're completely doomed either way. Let's just get Exid back in here and keep ruling. Alright, so next turn we can contribute 1 more unit to defense. These guys will come ashore. In 2 turns we'd be able to get quite a few more units over here, but it's hard for me to imagine that we're going to be able to survive this. We just need to keep making money. I mean, there's something to be said for, I guess, setting Atleni... Never mind, I was going to say setting Atleni entirely on dust, just to try to produce the money necessary to boost up, to buy out units, but we are already doing that. We're doing the best we can. Well, I think we are probably dead here. And to be killed by the Mykara, I mean, it's embarrassing. There's no doubt about that. I want to spawn this guy out and have him run over here as fast as possible. Who has what offer? This is a terrible proposal. I'm not giving you tech for 8 adamantium. We gotta get down here. Okay. 2 turns. You have to basically just get back on land anywhere. So we have at least a full-size army worth of units here. Next turn it's going to be a couple more. And the question is, like, do we attack next turn? That's going to be all of the units we're likely to have over there in time. Well, maybe that's not true. We could get 1 more wave of reinforcements off. We probably do just try to wait them out, as much as it's hurting the development of that city. And then this guy... Man, I don't know. This is 4 pearls altogether. I honestly don't think that's even worth running off the road for. Grab these pearls, because they're extremely convenient. This swift conflux, and you're going to end up somewhere over here. You're going to grab that. And we have our new weapons tech, and the Palladian to do a little bit of retrofitting, so let's go and have a look at it. This is a pretty good tech that we probably will not get to make use of. So, if we retrofit all of these dudes with big Palladian swords, Jesus Christ, 17 Palladian per blade because of the unwanted oxidation effect. Okay, so we can't do that. We could definitely afford to give Makani Che a nice big weapon. That's probably worth doing. And also, his armor's all out of date. Actually, he should definitely have one of these helmets on. Crazy conehead skull helmets. We can throw a Sharp Sense ring on him because he is now going up against a force that has a lot of ranged units in it. Wouldn't be much sense in speeding him up because he's going to be held down by the speed of the rest of the army. But with an improved initiative ring, he actually will have enough initiative to get to go first a bunch. It'll be so nice to have at least 1 unit getting to pick a target. Okay. So we could equip, like, we could equip 1 unit with a Palladian weapon. Yeah, that unwanted oxidation occurred at a very inopportune time for us here. Well, the good news is we're going to get to see what the next step of the faction quest looks like. Remember, we are still, like, gathering intel for the next game, which it looks like we are going to have to do. By the way, in case you don't read the comments and you didn't see, when I asked for people to tell me whether or not they are able to win on Endless with the Endless Legend community patch at the beginning of this game, I got a lot more responses in the affirmative than I did last time I asked that question. So it is totally doable. I just have to, like, do a better job. Alright, Ozek gets a level up. We got ourselves 15 Mithrite, and Hakea has uncovered a lead. Send her to search the indicated map marker with a minor faction army of at least 4 level 4 units. We are currently producing units at level 3. So in the next era, that would be a very easy thing to do. You gotta join up. Oh wow, they have another 7 units and another hero over here. Crap. Well, who's cheaper? You guys are cheaper. Just keep producing those. You have to also get down here. You have to get, like, over here somewhere, but I'm starting to think that this is probably probably going to be irrelevant, right? If we were going to settle, though, like, I see a cluster of anomalies right there. That's probably where we would do it. If we were to settle right now, I do not think it would drag our approval level down. So we may as well go ahead and do it. Who knows, maybe the new city will distract Blue a little bit. Got a hold of some new ruins, or some new minor factions. Unfortunately, just the Sisters of Mercy village. That is not super relevant. We can burn off all the fungal blooms here. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Can I speed that up a little bit? This is like the most immediately relevant thing this city can do. Just weaken Blue a tiny, tiny little bit. No, you know what? It's only 1 ruin. I actually don't care about that. We are very close to winter, so probably not super worth building a seed storage. Let's just get this done. And then, like, Golem Rider. I mean, the fight is next turn, right? If I were to jump out and attack them right now, yeah, all of their stuff is already so close that they would get all of it, so there's no sense in starting a battle. We're going to have to fight all the same units whether we go now or later. So it may as well be next turn when we have some more units in the battle. Right, this guy is fast, and he's going to be running along road the entire way. Is he actually going to be able to make it? Yes, he totally makes it. It is nice to have proper roads, you know? Okay, Avrama, there'll be another one in case we somehow survive the battle. Get some good volcano forming going over here. We could pop Hakia Y out into army mode. Just give ourselves another unit. Probably a good idea. Alright, so you can become the commander of this dude. And get you some great big Palladian hammer. These and one of those and one of those. And then we may as well go for the appropriate army boosting trinkets. Alright, so Makani Che is tricked out. What's his name in the city is tricked out. Okay, Y is, yeah, like we're as ready as we're getting. Now the question is, could we put together the dust to rush another construction? We now have way more Palladian and also all this Mithrite. Yeah, wow, that Mithrite's like extremely valuable. 835, huh? Also, would we buy enough emeralds? We could not buy enough emeralds to run the emerald booster again. Well, we could just sell off all the emeralds we have then, because we're not going to survive much longer if we don't do something pretty drastic here. This lets me get to enough money to rush the Stone Sentinel that we'll need for next turn, and just start work on another one after that. And I think we are defending as hard as we possibly can here. I guess it might have been more dust efficient. Let's see, what's the conversion? 835, 302. Yeah, I think it would have been slightly more efficient actually to buy industry stockpiles with our dust and use those to rush the Stone Sentinels rather than buying out the Stone Sentinels. It's not a huge difference, but it would have been a difference. Alright, well I think this is the best we can do here, so we just gotta hit the go button. We get one more unit by waiting this turn. Or 2 units, rather. The one that we built and that guy. Oh, wait, run. Alright, what do I think? Do I want to try to take the battle on like this? And obviously it's not ideal to have these two be the only ones on the field at the beginning. We would prefer to start the fight with Makani Che's army, which is going to have 5 units in it by the time this guy gets over here, although actually we'll probably be out of movement with them. I wonder if it is worth just going for it now. It's a pretty disadvantageous starting position, but the field is going to be full of their weaker units at first. These dredges are coming in right away, and they are actually very scary. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to retreat. So this army is not going to get to play. But no, I'm trying to select this guy. Okay, if I put him actually in this army won't have the movement necessary to initiate. So... yeah, I think the way we do it is this. This is like very slightly better. That army's outside of reinforcement range, which is nice. Okay. I think this is the order we want the reinforcements to come in. No, it's not. We want Ipsawacha in there pretty quickly with his great big bow. Alright. Here we go. If we lose this fight, we definitely will lose the war and thus the game, because they're not going to stop until we're completely conquered. Alright, good news. Makani Che is actually quite fast. So where is that? This is the army with the Epatane 6. That guy dies first. Which means we need to set up in such a way that Makani Che can run at that guy really hard. I don't want to stand on the reinforcement space, though. From over here, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I hit him at full run, which is going to be plus 85% attack. Probably not actually necessary. His defense is 60. Although he will have some morale effect. It's probably better if we make sure that we start a bunch of our units back here so that we're getting morale effect ourselves. Actually, this is just as good. This way we're feeding morale to that guy as well. Okay. So. Kaniche runs to here, disables that dude. Then the next person to get a free action is our man, who runs up and flattens... I think runs up and stops this guy from running forward and getting his circular attack off. And they get 2 turns, but they're ranged attacks. They don't interfere with our actual ability to fight. This guy and then that guy. I think we're going to want to attack him. He's going to end up in a pretty vulnerable position. And then you should try to finish this guy off if he's still alive. You can go at him. Actually, yeah. We do want to get rid of the dredge. Aw, we just barely didn't get that kill. That's a shame. Okay, they didn't read the situation correctly, so they didn't target our guy who got wounded, which is really good for us. Actually, this first round has worked out really, really well. Now these big dredges are in. These are the dangerous ones. Okay, do they have sweep strike back? What kind of... They're using hammers. Boy, they hit hard. I think what I want to do is use him to attack one of the dredges that's on a reinforcement panel right now. Just lock that guy up. We can do that with... So I'm going to have this really wounded guy do that as well. He's definitely going to die doing it. But he's going to die no matter who we have him attack. And then you just run to here. Okay, that locks all of them up before they get a turn. Then Ipsowacha definitely tries to kill one of the two down here. I don't know that it matters too much which one. Yeah, I think we're just going to get worn out here. We're trading pretty favorably. We're doing our best, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think they have too many units. Oof. That was a bad trade. Okay, we did a lot of damage on that one. That turns out definitely to have been the wrong attack. But, you know, we were going to have to read the future a little bit to know which one was the right target. And now we've lost all of our units that move early in the turn. So they get to just kind of run wild on us. There is no chance that our what are they called? Tree guy. Can't think of it right now. Wild Walker. Zero chance that our Wild Walker hero actually gets to take his turn. This guy's definitely going to attack him. But if he got to step back into the trees, that would be nice. Okay, we do have Sweep Strike back. Like, the stun sucks, but he did some good work there. Oh, wow. Interesting. I was really not expecting that guy to run away from us. So I wanted him to step back into the trees, both because trees confer a defense bonus and because he is a Wild Walker, and so he has the Wild Walker tree attack bonus thing. I'm going to have him shoot at the Mykaran hero, because the Mykaran hero is absolutely terrifying in melee combat. And then, like, you're probably not going to get to go after him, and even if you did, I'm not sure I want you to. Let's try to kill the Epitanes, because they're a little bit less dangerous. You move to here to try to provide cover for our archer. I want the specialized polyp to have multiple targets to attack, in the hopes of getting him to not kill the archer. Okay. That went about it the way I was thinking it was going to. Jesus. 51, huh? Well, I think Specialized Polyp 9S is just gonna run wild all over us. We crafted a beautiful spot for this dredge to stand in the circular attack. That's gonna hurt us a lot. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Is this... Yeah, this is our last reinforcement unit. Yeah, I mean, try to take those guys out, I guess. Okay, well, I don't love him getting in on the archer, but I do love that spot getting taken up by somebody who's not the dredge. For some reason, the dredge elects not to attack. I think he ended up in one of those ambiguous command situations there. Okay, we are actually going to get him down. They still have more stuff coming in. I think we have handled ourselves very well in this battle. I think we did a really good job here. A lot of very powerful trades. We dealt a lot more damage than we took, but in the end, it's just very insufficient. We had to come out ahead on every exchange in this battle by such a huge margin in order to actually win here. And the AI Mykara, with all of the bonus endless resources, really do just get to set up all of the blooms that they want. It's harsh. Alright, well, you can just grab that dude, and... You know, we still have some units alive. Including Ipsawacha. How much would it be to buy back Makani Che? It's a little bit more expensive. We could probably make that happen, though. I had to get to 390. Ooh, maybe I cannot make that happen. Okay, actually, glass steel is pretty valuable right now. Let's restore you to health and have you become a... I'm going to put this guy down as an army on not Bellon, but something nearby. It could, the capital's fine. The capital has right-of-way. He'll be able to make it over. Alright, our goal is definitely to, from here, get behind the city. Far enough away from these guys that we don't get easily attacked. We want them to have to try to fight with the city units. We have a couple more Golem Riders finishing. We might be able to get... And probably the one from Melanter will be able to get into range for the fight next turn. Oh, poor Avrama. We could have Avrama do a roundup and try to force the spy out. Not sure if I think that's actually a good idea. Lowering the output of all of our citizens is a dangerous thing to do right now, in our time of war, when we desperately need these troops to get finished. Alright, let's get these guys, alright, get their movement orders committed, then jump over to Melanter and try to make this army happen as quickly as possible. It's a little bit better for units to end up in Makani Che's army than it is for them to end up in Hokeo Wai's, so let's try to get him. Nope. They attacked immediately. Well, you know, we didn't do that poorly on stopping them. It is still possible we could hold here. And if we do hold here, we're not necessarily out of the game. It's like extremely likely that we are out of the game still, but not guaranteed. They have the initiative bonus. So we have to ask ourselves, do we want to start up forward where we get the morale bonus for being in the city, or do we want to start way back in an attempt to get them not all to be able to hit us? The problem is that the Ipatanes have 4 combat movement, so there's not really anywhere that will be safe, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 range means like this is the only tile that is, these 2 tiles are the only ones that are safe from just that guy, and the people that are in front of him can hit them. So yeah, there's no way to be back far enough to be safe. That said, I think I will put Ipsawacha back here. Let's see if they stretch out enough to try to take him down, because we could maybe get them to get into a position where they're not feeding each other morale. Alright, Makani Che is here, and he actually gets to do cool stuff. So he's going to do probably around 200 damage. Do I want him to kill this Ipatane, or do I want him to severely harm this one? Probably it's best we just kill this Ipatane. Really, am I being sieged elsewhere? That's not good. Oh god, he's back. Makani Che is definitely screwed. Yeah, they really had the read on what I was going to do with him, huh? No! They failed to do any damage at all. Okay, good work, guys. That was a pretty crucial one. Very important to get rid of him. Halkia Y should... I suppose taking out their archer is a good idea. He's well suited to the task. And he does... That is the only unit that she goes before, so that's good. We're not really going to get to make a lot of other decisions here, though. Alright, there goes my fortification. Yeah, and there's the kill. You have to do a pretty huge amount of damage on his way out, though. Yeah, we're gonna lose the city. It's close. Yeah, it's like really close, actually. Do we hold here? We might actually hold. Because our stone sentinels are... No, never mind. I was going to say, our stone sentinels are capable of doing some damage, right? Yeah, and so here on the very last turn, now we have no standing army. They've taken an important city. Melanter gets attacked and doesn't hold. Okay, yep, we lose. They will not stop. They will press through the rest of our territory. We will find ourselves unable to build an army fast enough to stop them, because we couldn't even do it with all of our good cities working on it full speed, and we're losing 2 of those good cities here. So yeah, this is going to play out a lot like how our campaign against Purple played out. A couple of big military victories lead to significant economic damage, which makes you unable to resist further military victories. And I guess it's well timed, because we just hit the hour. So that is going to be it for this episode and this game. I am not yet convinced that we can't do this on Endless. I am willing to give it at least one more try. I think we have a good sense now of the magnitude of the problem ahead of us. I'm going to have to play a lot better, but I think it's doable. So, come back next time, Monday, for the beginning of a new game on Endless, and if we lose that one in as embarrassing as a way, maybe we'll turn it back down to impossible for the end of the series. We'll see. And we'll see you then.